Very nice. So there's these things going on in our lives that are significant. And as we move on through life, there are things that we move through that are significant in very powerful ways. In some ways, they're very meaningful, and in some ways, they're just enjoyable. Okay. But success and significance, I would argue, are two very different things. And so I'm going to share a story that was written, it was really in the New York Times. That man is Peter DeMarco, and he's a writer. And I want you to that's his wife. And I want you, as I read this, to just try and empathize with what I'm reading. And I believe it is a strong example of significance. A letter to the doctors and nurses who cared for my wife, by Peter DeMarco. After his 34-year-old wife suffered a devastating asthma attack and later died, the Boston writer Peter DeMarco wrote the following letter to the intensive care unit staff of CHS Cambridge Hospital who cared for her and helped him cope. This is the letter. As I begin to tell my friends and family about the 7 days he treated my wife, Laura Levis, in what turned out to be the last days of her young life, they stopped me at about the 15th name that I recall. The list includes the doctors, nurses, respiratory specialists, social workers, even cleaning staff members who cared for her. How do you remember their names, they asked. How could I not, I respond. Every single one of you treated Laura with such professionalism and kindness and dignity as she lay unconscious. When she needed shots, you apologized that it was going to hurt a little, whether or not she could hear. When you listened to her heart and lungs through your stethoscopes and her gown began to slip, you pulled it up respectfully to cover her. You spread a blanket, not only when her body temperature needed regulating, but also when the room was just a little cold and you thought she'd sleep more comfortable that way. You cared so greatly for her parents, helping them climb into the room's awkward recliner, fetching them fresh water almost by the hour, and by answering every one of their medical questions with incredible patience. My father-in-law, a doctor himself, as he learned, felt he was involved in her care, and I can't tell you how important that was to him. Then there was how you treated me. How would I have found the strength to have made it through that week without you? How many times did you walk into the room to find me sobbing, my head down, resting on her hand, and quietly go about your task, as if willing yourselves invisible? How many times did you help me set up the recliner as close as possible to her bedside, crawling into the mess of wires and tubes around her bed in order to swing her forward just a few feet? How many times did you check in on me to see whether I needed anything, from food to drink, fresh clothes, to a hot shower, or to see whether I needed a better explanation of a medical procedure, or just someone to talk to? How many times did you hug me and console me when I fell to pieces, or asked about Laura's life and the person she was, taking the time to look at her photos or read the things I had written about her? How many times did you deliver bad news with compassionate words and sadness in your eyes? When I needed to use a computer for an emergency email, you made it happen. When I smuggled in a very special visitor, our tuxedo cat, Cola, for one final lick of Laura's face, you didn't see a thing. And one special evening, you gave me full control to usher in into the ICU more than 50 people in Laura's life, from friends to co-workers to college alums to family members. It was an outpouring of love that included guitar playing and opera singing and dancing, and new revelations to me about just how deeply my wife touched people. It was the last great night of our marriage together for both of us, and it wouldn't have happened without your support. There is another moment, actually, a single hour that I will never forget. On the final day, as we waited for Laura's organ donor surgery, all I wanted was to be with her, was to be alone with her. But family and friends kept coming to say their goodbyes, and the clock ticked away. About 4 p.m., finally everyone had gone, and I was emotionally and physically exhausted, in need of a nap. So I asked the nurses, Donna and Jen, if they could help me set up the recliner, which was so uncomfortable, but all I had next to Laura again. They had a better idea. They asked me to leave the room for a moment, and when I returned, they had shifted Laura to the right side of her bed, just leaving enough room for me to crawl in with her one last time. I asked if they could give us 1 hour without a single interruption. They nodded, closed the curtains and the doors, and shut off the lights. I nestled my body next to hers. She looked so beautiful, and I told her so, stroking her hair and face. Pulling her gown down slightly, I laid my head on her chest, feeling the rise and fall with each breath, her heartbeat in my ear. It was our last tender moment as husband and wife, and it was more natural and pure and comforting than anything I've ever felt. And then I fell asleep. I will remember that last hour together for the rest of my life. It was a gift beyond gifts, and I have Donna and Jen to thank for it. Really, I have all of you to thank for it. With my eternal gratitude and love, Peter DeMarco. Now, I just want you to just sit there for a moment and let that resonate with you before I go into the next part. Just think about what he experienced in that level of significance in his life and how those people made it happen. I'll just take 30 seconds, just think on it for a minute. One of the things that came to my mind as I kind of read through that, it made me reflect. It made me just form some assumptions about Cambridge Hospital. I assumed that Cambridge Hospital had a sense of purpose and impact. I assumed that Cambridge Hospital had a sense of mission. I assumed that Cambridge Hospital had a sense of vision. I assumed the people at Cambridge had an ability to put aside issues to do outstanding work. I assumed that the people at Cambridge Hospital understood the value of the person who swept and the person who issued anesthesia because they were operating for a higher good. And success, anyone can claim success at any given moment. And I would argue that everyone in this room is a success. But so what? You've got it all nice. You've got a family, you've got this, you've got that. The markings of success are fine and nice. I like what you like. But significance is what will carry our students forward. I am asking you, and I'm asking myself, and I'm asking my team, to think beyond success and into significance. The question that I would ask of you and of myself is, if the students that we serve, what would that letter to us be like? Would it be like Peter DeMarco's? Oh, would it be not so much? And it doesn't matter the position that you hold. What would the letter be to the bus driver? It all depends on what kind of experience that they had. What would the letter be? And so, here's the next part. To go from success to significance, chances are it's going to have to come back to the why. Why it is you do what you do anyway. Now, for a lot of people, it's to make a difference. That's not the real why. Raise your hand if you've had a job before and had a bad day. Ever in life. Okay? Right? When you get through that day, it's the why that gets you through and makes you come back. Now, for some people, it's, well, I've got a kid in college and I got to pay tuition. So I'm going to put up with this nice person. For some people, it's no. It's beyond a check. It's in me. It's about my grandmother coming over from Italy with nothing in her pocket and me living the dream. And so the why is what pushes you to the next level. So I'm inviting everyone to examine their why. I'm examining my own why, so that when those days come, because they come, we can really focus on what it is we do and why we do it anyway. And in an organization that's called school, it's about the teachings and learning, emotional growth of students. I would argue that's why we've chosen what we do and the environment that we do it in. I am sure we will have an outstanding year and focus on what is important and that we live to our full potential. Thank you so much. I wish you to have an outstanding rest of the day. We'll see you at lunch. Yes? Thank you.